Hi everyone, I'm Narelle from Simply Narelle and welcome to my channel about cross stitch. Now I know I haven't done a video in a really long time and again I've got this horrible reflection on my glasses and I have no idea how to get rid of it, but I think I've said before in past videos, ignore the reflection and just look at what I'm going to show you. It's the best I have to offer. So I haven't taken a break from stitching, I've taken a break from filming, and a few reasons for that. First one is I got really heavily involved in my paper crafting again and I just didn't have the time to make videos about cross stitch. But I'm changing what I'm doing. I had been a stand-up demonstrator and then I left, and then I recently rejoined and I just don't have the passion for that anymore, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to do paper craft for my own joy, my own scrapbooking, and nothing more than that. So now I'm back into the cross stitching, so I want to hopefully come back and do regular videos for you. Alright, now the first thing I wanted to talk about was a few clubs that I have going. If you don't know, I also make project bags and accessories and needle minders and things like that, and they're all in my Etsy store, which I will list below. But what I wanted to first of all cover off was my project bag of the month. Now I've got lots of stuff here on my table that I'm going to be turning around and grabbing, and then I've got two totes of my WIPs here on the side. So this video is going to be basically about the 3 clubs I have going, the things that I sell, plus then I'll get into all my WIPs. So it's going to be quite lengthy because it's going to be a WIP parade as well. I've never done a WIP parade, but then I've only done a handful of videos. So some of these you have never seen, and I have started so many things since the last video that I did. And when I did that, those 5-6 videos I had up, I wasn't going to buy anything until I saw lots of nice things and went, yeah, well, they're not going to eat and drink anything, are they? So why not? Okay, so first thing I'm going to talk about is my project bag of the month, and I know that is back to front, so sorry about that. I know there's a setting I can probably change, but like I haven't filmed for so long, I've forgotten all that, so just bear with me. So basically the project bag of the month is you get a project bag, an exclusive project bag that you won't find listed in my store. It is exclusive for the club only. They are 12 inches by 12 inches. Included with the bag you get a sweet treat to keep you going. You get something to sip on. You get a skein of floss, a needle minder, and also now from August onwards an exclusive cross stitch chart that will not be anywhere else. I designed the cross stitch charts, which is something new I've started to do, and I forgot to get the 3 that I've got listed on my store, but if you jump on my Etsy store you can see them. I haven't stitched any of them yet. They're just basically charts at this stage, PDF downloads, and I do plan on stitching them, you know, when you have the spare 5 minutes or so every day. Yeah, so the project bag of the month is $35 plus post. They're 12 by 12 inch bags, and it's a commitment for 6 months, but I know life happens, things happen, and if you can't commit to 6 months and keep going, that's totally fine with me. You just need to communicate with me and let me know. So just send me an email once you've signed up and you find that 2 or 3 months in, so I can't keep purchasing these, I don't have the money for the commitment, then just let me know. It's all okay. So this is an example of the bag. Now these are my standard bags, standard project bags. This is a 12 by 9.5 inch. So the bags in the club are 12 by 12, so they're quite a bit longer, but these are my standard bags, 12 by 9.5. Some of them are a little bit narrower, some are a little bit shorter. I will on each listing put the difference in the sizes if they're not a standard bag, so you can see beautiful fabric. These ones are kookaburras. So this is currently at the time of filming in my Etsy shop, $25 plus post. And inside it has a matching brown lining. So jump in quick if you see any bags that you like, because they don't normally last a long time. So I've got to work out how to show things as well as my face. Alright, so there, that's an example. That one I loaded in last week, it sold out, so I've loaded 2 more in Here's another one, beautiful fox gloves. So, and I've just gone on a shopping spree this morning for fabric for my bag of the month club up until December. So I've got all them sorted, ready to go. The next thing I want to talk about is I have 2 thread clubs running. Now I'll show these even though they are back to front. So the first one is Threads of the Month Club using cottage garden threads. And then the second one is a DMC Threads of the Month. I love using DMC. I'm not a fancy type of person. I do though want to design something to use cottage garden threads because their threads are absolutely stunning. So the Cottage Garden Threads of the Month Club, that's what it looks like on my Etsy store. It is, now get this, I put it on Etsy for $35 a month plus post, and Etsy changed the price on it to $37.28. I don't know why, and I don't know how that works. So I'm going to try and get back in there and fiddle with it so that it's 35. This is Australian dollars, 35 a month plus post. I don't know how that came to the $37.28. They've added GST or something. I don't know. But for that, you get 5 skeins of cottage garden threads a month, and they're different every month. And again, you sign up for a 6-month period in the club. And these are an example of one of the months. If I can get it out of the bag. And if you haven't heard of cottage garden threads, they're absolutely stunning. I know it's back to front. Pea soup. They're cottons, hand dyed in Australia. Beautiful in Tasmania, I think, or Victoria, I can't remember. Tropic Sea. I know the writing's back to front, sorry. Tropic Sea. Absolutely stunning. And Buttercup. So this is just one of the months. So it's a mix of colours. I don't put a collection together of all colours that go together. I just randomly pick 5 colours and put them together. Chinese Lantern. So I love their variegation. Really, really pretty. And then Coral Cove. So look at that, pink to apricots, stunning. So I want to design some cross stitches using these colours, using these threads, because they're really, really nice. I think there's 8 meters in a skein, and the price I'm charging for these is the same as if you buy a skein by itself. So the idea behind it though is that you just get a different lot of threads every month. So that's the mystery part of it. You don't know what you're getting until they arrive on your doorstep. The other one is the DMC Threads of the Month Club. Okay, so that's what it looks like on my Etsy store. So for this one is $18 with free post. Only in Australia though, free post in Australia. And the postage I quoted before was for if you're in Australia. If you're overseas, it will quote you the postage cost on the listing. You get 12 skeins a month. Again, a 6-month commitment, but again, if you can't commit to that long, that's fine. Do a few months and then let me know you need to drop out. I'm easy. I'm not going to hold you to it. Just don't sign up for 1 month and go, no, I don't want any more. Okay, you can if you want. I'm not going to shoot you if you don't. Okay, so 12 skeins a month. So it's 18 skeins. Oh, sorry. 12 skeins for $18 is really quite reasonable compared to what you can buy them for in the shops. And this is an example of one of the months. So for the DMC, because there's so many colours, I'm trying to do a curated bundle. So each month we'll have like a colour family, or like when you look at the DMC colour chart, I'll pick 12 that are like together, and they're the ones that you'll get that month. So this is one of the months. It's all pinks and going into the reds and some light pinks, and I'm doing a really bad job of holding them up. Let me see if I can get them a little bit nicer. Alright, so that's an example of a month of DMC threads in the club. Alright, so that's it. That's what I want to talk about for all that gumph. Now, and my Etsy shop is listed below. I also have my own website, and I was going to close my Etsy shop and just use my own website, but it's hard to get people across because they understand Etsy and they trust Etsy. So I'm going to keep the two running, and Eventually people will purchase from my website as well. Sorry, itchy nose. Right now, so let's get on to some WIPs, my WIP 3. First thing I want to show you is a stitch along I'm doing with the Fat Quarter Shop, and it's for You Are the Boss. I just got to find the pretty picture of the, not the chart. Okay. So You Are the Boss, I know it's back to front. You Are the Boss cross stitch. It's started on the 4th of August and it runs through till September. And each week there's a section of the chart to be stitched. So this is how it goes. So this was August. These two were August the 3rd, and then August the 10th, the week of, and then August the 17th, and then it just goes on. So there's the next week, and then the next week. The next week and the last week is the words in the middle. Now, there's also a free alphabet chart, so you can replace these words with anything that you want. I think I'm going to keep those words the same because I love quilting as well. So this combines my two passions of quilting and cross stitch. So why not just do what it has on there, since I do like quilting. And this is where I am. Now I'm doing this on a 25 count Lagana, 2 stitches over 1, and that is where I am. So I'll come back a little bit. So that was week 1, that was week 2, and that's week 3. And then tonight I'm going to do week 4. I might just do one square of week 4 and then the other one by Wednesday, so I can show on my Instagram on Wednesday the completed week 4. So it's really nice. I love doing this stitch. It's one that when I start, it's like I don't want to stop. I just want to keep going. So sorry I'm turning sideways and my back partially to you, but here's what it is. Yeah, I've got to find the perfect filming setup. I will eventually. Okay, another thing that I'm doing a stitch along is a stitching shelf by Amy Stewart. You've probably, if you are a full coverage person, you'll know about this. It's Heaven and Earth Designs, a stitching shelf. Look at that. It is stunning. I own lots of full coverages and I've never started one until now. This is my first one. So, I'm very excited. I started on 25 count 1 over 1 and it was a nightmare. I was struggling to see, like when the holes have nothing around them, I can do a stitch. But when you're in heavy confetti, I find it hard to find where the holes are. So I wasn't enjoying it at all. It was just too hard. It was a struggle. It wasn't pleasant. So I changed to 18 count Ada and restarted it. And this is where I am so far. So I've started the top left corner and that's what I've done. I am doing cross country. The parking, I've seen lots of videos on parking and it just confuses me. And I think I'm going to forget what colour is what when I've parked it. And it's like, no, that's just all too hard. So that is where I am. And I started that on the 12th of August. There's a Facebook group if you are stitching this. Even if you didn't start with us when the stitch along started on the 12th of August and you're well into it, you can still join the group. I will put a link to the group down below. But that is where I am and I am loving it on 18 count. It is beautiful. Wait, I've got to get it straight. Really, really loving it. So I do though, typical me, I make a mistake on every cross stitch I do. It's just me. There's a mistake somewhere around here. I think I've got something quite out of whack, or is it up here? So then I thought, well, I know I had some stitches here. I think they're a slightly different color. They're not all black there. And I counted down and they were in the right space, and I counted across and they were in the right space. So I thought, well, I'm going to do all this and then all around here. And then, because I don't want to perpetuate the problem, if I'm a couple of stitches out up here, I don't want to make it worse. It'll be really noticeable as I go along further. So I'm going to continue all around here and all this and get it filled in so I know everything's right. And then I can fudge up here and make it work. So, but it's not a Narelle cross stitch if there's not an error in it. And it wasn't until I'd done a lot of this that I realised that I had an error up here, and I thought that is way too much to frog. I am not doing it. So I'm going to keep going and I'm going to fudge it. If that's the only error I have in this massive piece, then I'll be very happy. It won't be the last, but anyway. So that's the stitching shelf, and I'll put, like I said, I'll put the link below for that, the Sal group, Stitch On group. The other thing I'm doing is, besides just my general WIPs, the other thing I'm involved in is there's a Facebook group called Cross Stitch 25/7 or something like that. And I'm sorry, I cannot, oops, sorry, dropped something. I cannot remember who created the group. Hold a minute. Okay, to rescue my chart. I can't remember who created the group. I'm really bad at remembering names and details, but I'll link the group below again. Basically, it's a group where every day you stitch on something for 25 minutes or for 25 stitches. I know there's been a daily 30 group around for a long time, but it's a closed group and it's invitation only. This is an open group in that if you want to join, you can join. So there's no prerequisites except you be a stitcher. Pretty sure there's questions you need to answer to join. But I decided that I'm going to use that group to do all the stitches that I have fallen out of love with. And one of them is this, Cooktown Orchids by DMC. Wait, the camera is there. Okay. The story of this one is that back in 2017, 2018, I hadn't long moved up here, and I felt like I needed to do a cross stitch, and I didn't think I brought any of my stitches with me when I moved. I thought I might have donated them all. So I went to my local Spotlight, which if you're not Australian, it's just like a big Joann's or Michael's or whatever. It's just a big box craft store. And I bought this. And they had very limited range, and I like flowers, and it was about the only flower one they had. It was expensive, let me tell you. And I bought this. In hindsight, I shouldn't have. I should have got something different, because I got really bored with it really quick, because there's basically pinks and greens and that's it. And you're doing the same flower over and over again. So I got bored with it, but then I also noticed I had a big error. And again, I'm trying to fudge my way around it. I think it goes this way. Alright, so why is that crinkly? Oh, there's thread in there. This is where I am. So this is what I'm using for my daily stitch, because otherwise if I don't, it's going to sit in my little WIP box and never get any attention, because I'm not in love with it anymore. So it's lost favour. So if I use that 25 daily stitch to do the things that I no longer am enthusiastic about, then I'll still work on them. They'll get some work done and they'll get them finished. Now, I don't know if you can see in here, okay, this is where I really have a problem. So I'll try and do this. Right. So this is, all right, so that leaf is that one there. And then you've got this flower, but see that leaf there? All right, I only have that bit, which is the top section there. I don't have room for the rest of that leaf. So it's around there, it's really obvious that my mistake was back here somewhere. And if you look at this looks heaps better than it should be there. And I think my issue was around this section here, and I've just carried on thinking, that's all right, I'll be able to fudge it. But now it's really noticeable that I won't be able to fudge that. There's something really wrong there. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to stitch on it. It's going to get finished. I'll just fudge it a little bit. So that's where I am, Cooktown Orchids. It is a really pretty piece. I've just fallen out of love with it, probably because I made such a big error. Alright, so now we will get on to all my other WIPs. Here we go. Okay. Oops, wait, there's a huge bag of floss for something. What's that for? Farewell to anger. Oh my lord. I bought that pattern. That must be all the floss fulfilled anger. I bought, that's Jan Hicks' fault. I bought that because she showed it on one of her floss tubes, and I went, oh, that's really pretty. I have to have that, not realizing how big it is. Right, the other thing I am in is, I haven't even started this, so let's not even bother showing that. I don't know why that's in that bag. The other thing I'm in is a magazine monthly cross stitch group, which I will show you. I'm sure I've got projects for that. And here's another bag of floss. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs Night Before Christmas by Donna Gelsinger. That's all the floss for that. I think I've raided some of that though. So I have quite a lot of Heaven and Earth designs. And I'm just finding what else is down the bottom of this bag. And I don't know, it's a random bag of floss for I don't know what. I thought there was only WIPs in here. Here we go. We've got a WIP. A WIP. Okay. So this one is Crinoline Lady. And this is for the magazine monthly challenge. It's run by a group run by Carolyn Zook and Robin Hall. And every month they set a theme and also an acrostic. So if I have my sheet here, which I don't, they set a theme and then they choose a word for the acrostic, and for every letter of the alphabet in that word you choose a project. Now the main theme is meant to be something out of a cross stitch magazine, and the other acrostic can be anything. So I have chosen, and I've ripped it out of the magazine and now I can't find it. Oh no, what have I done with it? So organised, not. Okay, I found it. Here we go. Hang on, I've got bits in. What have I done? Oh, I pulled the pattern out of the magazine, which means the picture has to be here somewhere. Hang on tight. Where'd it go? No, I've pulled the picture out of the magazine. Yep, no, that's not it. Has to be on the back of one of these. I tried to here it is. I tried to photocopy the pattern, and it went really wrong, so I've just ripped out the pattern from the magazine. So this is it. Crinoline Lady. So isn't that pretty? Pink and flowers and old-fashioned. I really like it. So that's for the magazine monthly challenge group for I don't know what month it was now. It was a while ago. And when I find the details, I'll pop them below. I'll pop below the magazine monthly group actually, a link to that group. And now I'm trying to get this whip out. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's gonna be a long one. I'm at 22 minutes already, and I need a coffee. Oh, it's just gone cold. Oh, gross. Alright, that's where I am with my Crinoline Lady. I've done the top tier of her skirt. And this is 25 count Laguna even weave 2/2. I tried to do 1/1, didn't like it, so 2/2, which means she's going to be big, because I think 2/2 is equal to like 14 count Ada. So, but anyway, half of these I'm never going to get framed because I just don't have the money to frame them all. And framing is expensive here in Australia. I don't know about anywhere else, but it's quite expensive. So these will never get framed. Okay, next we have Anne Morrison. So this was an exclusive chart by Hands Across the Sea for a shop in Canada. I can't remember. Traditional Stitches. It was their 20th anniversary stitch along. So that's Anne Morrison. Really, really pretty. A lot of samplers I'm not that fond of, but I really liked this one. And of course I didn't do it when the stitch along was happening because I was scared of it. And I went, oh, this looks all too hard. So I didn't do it. But recently I started it. I think it was for the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon. And I started it and I love it. Now again, 25 count, 2/2, so she's going to be a big girl. So I'll try and come back and show you. There we go. So that's just about the bottom of the chart where that tree is. Alright, so under the tree there's just that row of words. That's Anne Morrison, actually the name. So that's about as long as it's going to be. So it is quite big. But I fell in love with this, and I did the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon weekend. I did all weekend. That's all I did. And I really, really love it. So I'm doing it page by page. So that's why there's only half a chart. And then I'll go back and do the other half. So that's Anne Morrison. So there's a few more samplers I want to do now because I really, really liked that. But I think 25/2 is a bit big. I can't stitch on anything smaller, I don't think. So I may have to try like a 18 count or a 20 count Ada or something. Because I can't do the small count. 18 count is good, but anything smaller I don't think. I can try, but it's definitely not going to be too small. Here's another one for the magazine monthly cross stitch, and I don't know what magazines they came out of because some of them don't have it on the bottom, or I chopped it off when I photocopied it. But this is a Carolyn Manning design, Autumn Meditation. Really, really pretty. I love that. So that was in a magazine, and sorry I don't know which one. And this is how much I've got done. Not a lot. So this is on Ada of some sort, no idea what. And that's my tiny little star. I substituted the colours in this. I didn't have all the colours, and I was at the stage where I wasn't going to spend money on everything. So I bought from a D-stash site hundreds of DMC threads that a lady was selling, and oh my gosh, I'll tell you what, when I got them, they reeked of perfume. They were so strong. I opened the parcel and it was like, whoa, it's like a toxic cloud of perfume. And I had to lay those threads all out, and it took months for that smell to come out. And every so often now when I go into the little bags I've got them all in, sometimes I'll still get that perfume smell. It was so strong. Wait. Yeah, but anyway, so I didn't have, they're the threads I was using in my stash, and I didn't have a lot of the colours, so I substituted. It's still going to look pretty. Here's another one for Magazine Monthly Challenge. The theme, I think, this time was birds, so I chose Winter Bluebird. Most of these are going to be from Just Cross Stitch Magazine because I have a digital subscription for that. Some are from magazines I got from Op Shop when I went op shopping one day, and I came across all these really cool magazines. That's in a previous video. Some of them are for them, and some are also from Just Cross Stitch Magazine, and that is where I'm up to with that one. So here's a cute little bird. So it won't take me very long to finish him, and this again is on 25 count even weave 2/2. I bought a bolt of the even weave a couple of years ago, so that's mostly what I use. If it's not a kit, that's the fabric I'll use. Okay, next is Arnott's. This one I bought for my husband because he loves all the old-fashioned things, and this is Australian designer, Country Threads, Arnott's Biscuits. And I struggle with this one because it's on black fabric, but I've got a little bit done. I do need to get back to this. I'm sure this is on my WIP Go board, which I've miserably failed at keeping up with. I'm still on like March or something. There's my birdie so far. Yeah, he's nice. So that's that one. Sorry, I'm probably going through these a bit quick, but I'm mindful of the time because this is going to be a long one. We're half an hour and I'm not even halfway through my first tub. And I've got 2 tubs. Okay. Flowers of the month. Now this was for a magazine monthly challenge, and we had to do something calendar or New Year or something like that. So I decided to do a 12 months of different flowers, a different flower for each month of the year. And in Just Cross Stitch Magazine, this is February 2020, they had a series that started. Alright, and they've got them as standalone little pieces. So I charted them as like a calendar. So I'm going to do them January, February, March, obviously. Keep going. Alright, now what I did change was the letters here. They were done in quarter stitches or something funky, and I'd never done them before. So I was struggling, and because I'm using Ada, I couldn't do between the threads like you can in linen the same. So I've changed them, and I'm just doing half stitches for the words. So this is what I've gridded back to front, I'm sorry. So it's going to be 4 across and 3 down, and then I think 3 stitches in between, and that's what it's going to look like. So it's going to be like a monthly planner, I guess. And all I have done is January, which I think is finished. So that's January. I've changed some of the colours because, again, I wasn't buying floss. I was just going to use what I had in my stash. And because this is like a ivory Ada, these are white in here, and they weren't standing out at all. So I've just, with one thread, I've just backstitched around them so they stand out. And I think it looks okay. So, and that's how I'm doing the words. See, I'm just doing the half stitches, because that other stitch was just, it was new to me, and it was impossible to do on Ada, so it was looking really messy. So I unpicked it, and I'm much happier with the half stitch. Okay, next. I don't know when it was it New Year's Eve 2020, 2021, I can't remember. Pam from Just Keep Stitching and someone else did a 12 starts or something for New Year's, and I can't even find this. Where is it? And I thought I would play along. I didn't do all the 12, but this is one that now I can't find. Where's the actual stitch gone? Oh no, I just dropped. Maybe it wasn't this one. Okay, I had something like this. I just dropped some floss, and it wasn't this one. They're tied together. This is one I was going to do, so I'll put that away. That I haven't started. I know I did one. It's not in here. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I decided to play along. That was fun. Okay, now this one is again for Magazine Monthly Challenge. Oh, here's a chart. So this is what I was trying to explain. So they give you the theme. So this was September last, year before last. 2020, what are we? 2022. Oops, that's still not finished. Oh well. So the theme was autumn or fall, and then your acrostic was leaves. So for each letter of leaves, you choose something to work on. This one primarily is from a magazine, but it doesn't have to be. But the whole premise of the group was we have all these magazines, but we never choose anything from them, and we never stitch anything from them. So the premise of this was to choose something from a magazine to get us using those magazines that we all have a huge stash of. So what I chose for this one was this squirrel hoop. I know part of it's chopped off, it's on another page, but I fell in love with him. Really, really gorgeous. We don't have squirrels in Australia, so I really like him. He was from Cross Stitch Designs, but I have no idea what issue. So he is still going on 2 years later. Okay, so here we are. Here's our little squirrel. This is done on an Ada of some type. There's our, oops, there we go. There's our little squirrel so far. So I substituted again some colours in the squirrel because I didn't have all the ones listed, but I think he turned out okay. And now I've just got to fill in all the flowers and the leaves around the side. So he is, I'm pretty sure, on my WIP Go board. And when I catch up on WIP Go, he'll actually get worked on again. I take on all this stuff and then, yeah, I'm sure we all do. Nothing ever happens. I never finish anything. Okay, this is a Shannon Christie design. Excuse the mess. Perfect for this room, as you can see. I've got my paper crafting or stuff behind me everywhere. I don't have a dedicated stitchy spot. I sit at the dining table watching TV after dinner. That's my stitchy spot. This is from Shannon Christine Designs. It says excuse the mess, but I craft here. I really need to work out how to turn that camera around, don't I? And this is how far I've got. Not a great, sorry, none of these ironed, I'm sorry. I don't iron anything really. It's been a hoop, can you tell? So I've got the letters done. Excuse the mess, but I craft here. I haven't finished all those letters, but you get the idea. And again, I substituted colours. When this is finished, I think the writing might get a little bit lost because that's probably a truer colour. It's quite a dark fawn colour, this Ada. I think I'm going to backstitch around the letters just to make them pop a little bit because I think they're going to get lost. It was designed to be stitched on a grey fabric. I don't have any grey, so I just used what I got. Okay, this has to be one of my oldest WIPs. It's called Rose Splendor by Dimensions. Is it Dimensions? Yes, Dimensions. It is only a little piece. Sorry about the glare. But it's oh so cute. I have the perfect spot where this is going in my bedroom. I think I showed this on one of my past videos and I said I'm going to finish it because there's not much left to do. And there's not much left to do. I haven't finished it yet. That's where I'm at. So basically I just have to fill in all that around there, those bits that are missing, I think, and then back stitching. So it really won't take that long to finish. It's really pretty. Love it. So that's probably the closest thing I have at the moment to a finish. Like out of all my WIPs, I think that's the one that's closest to being finished. Okay, so it was the night before Christmas. I remember in a video I said about this one that I'd have it finished by that Christmas. I'm pretty sure that was 2019. It's not going to be finished by this Christmas, but anyway, it is what it is. Okay, here we go. Dimensions, 'Twas a Night Before Christmas. This was a kit. Absolutely love this still. Really, really pretty. And this is where I am at. There's not a great deal more to be done on this one either. So here we go. See, I just got to finish center. There's a sack. There's a sack down the bottom. So finish center, there's a sack down the bottom, and then there's more words, and then there's just back stitching. Just back stitching, I mean. Oh, and there's like gold stars or something up here. I really love that still. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And there's a mistake in here somewhere as well, but like I said, it wouldn't be one of my cross stitches if there was no mistake. Yeah, but no one knows. You don't point it out to them. They're not going to know. Okay, it's another Christmas one in a Christmas bag. I love Christmas. Love Christmas. Checking his list stocking. Again, another Dimensions kit. These are all that I've had in my stash, like for 20 odd years. So this is a beautiful stocking. Love that. There's a lot to do on this one. I bought this, I think, when my son was a baby. He's now about to turn 22. But here we go. And this one I know I'm going to run out of thread because all this here, well, I didn't read the pattern. I didn't read the instructions, and that's meant to be one strand, and I've used two. But never mind. I'm sure I can get some more thread the same. So that's where I am. Lots of the bag still to do. Center. There's a lot of that one to do. And what I decided when I started doing this one was that I need a bag for everyone in the family. So I bought a couple more patterns. So there's me, my son, my daughter, my husband, a cat and a dog. So I bought patterns for everyone. Well, I'll be senile by the time I get them done. This one I'm not sure I've started, so no, I haven't started that one. I don't even know why it's in here. It's tagged and everything as if I've started it, but I know I haven't. Okay, so this is Twin Peak Primitives. I'll Be Home Cottages all in one, and I've joined the Stitch Along group ages ago. And this one is going to be quite big as well because I'm doing it on a quite big count cloth. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. It's really, really stiff. Look at the size of this thing. Look, it's going to be massive. Anyway, and that is, really needs a press. Wait, folding it up so at least I'm not holding up a whole bunch. That's what I've got. January's done. And then, so it's January. Pretty, I'm substituting some of these colours again. And that's February. Try to see. Alright, there's February. It's not complete. So, for a long time, I had seen this chart and wanted to do it. And then what stopped me is because the snow in January. We didn't get much snow in Australia at any time of year. So I thought, I don't know if I want to do it. I kept seeing people doing it and I went, I really do love it. And I think I just need to get over the fact that it's not for my, oh no, what have I done? That it's not for my hemisphere. It's for the northern hemisphere, but it doesn't matter. Alright, now, talk amongst yourselves while I pop all these away. And then I'll get my second box. And hopefully my battery doesn't go flat on my iPad. I do have it plugged in, so hopefully it's charging at the same time. Oh. So besides the fabric project bags that I make, I also make vinyl ones. So they're some really big vinyl ones. They're like 16 by 16. And that one I kept because I put it on upside down, so sloth should be that way. Oh no, maybe, yeah, sloth should be that way, and I did it upside down. I went, oh well, that's one for me. I have none of them in my shop at the moment. I do have some pre-cut. I do need to get back to making them. It's still on the Q snap, I don't know why. Okay, right, now, next bag. Next tub, I mean. Okay. Maybe I should chop that out. Who knows what you would have saw then. Next. Christmas ornaments. No, I don't have any on the go. So, I had great plans to do an ornament a month. Someone had started a hashtag of an ornament a month every month or something. Yeah, I did one. Okay, now this again is for Magazine Monthly Challenge. Let me see if I can find a photo of it. Happy Haunting. We don't do Halloween in our house, but the theme was Halloween, and I saw this in a magazine and I absolutely fell in love with it. So I really, really like that. So I don't care if we don't do Halloween. I'm stitching that thing. It's nice. And this is where I am at. And this way. And that's how much I've got done. Sorry if you can hear my squeaky chair. And Black Cat's Prowl. That's all I've got. So that's really nice. I love stitching on this. It's on an 8er. I don't know what, I think it's like an 18 count 8er, but it's really soft for 8er. It's just a really nice stitch. I really like it. Okay. No, I haven't started that either. Great Intentions, that's why it's in here. I don't know if I've started this one in a minute. No, I've got everything and I haven't started it. Well, this will be quicker. Here's one. This is a really old WIP as well. It's called Angel Kisses. Well, that's what I call it. It is a kit. And if I find the picture, here we go. Dimensions kit. That's what it is. This was 2 houses ago. And I had the perfect spot for this outside the kids' bathroom. And that's what I was going to stitch it and get it on the wall. We moved to that house in 2004. Moved out of it 2017. And this this is all I've got done. So yeah, a lot of progress there. And again here, I didn't read the instructions, and that's meant to be one thread, not two. Anyway, I'm so good at doing things like that. But it's okay, I just buy more floss. Who cares? Alright, next. I'm not sure if I started this one. I don't think. This might have been one. Oh, I have. Wow. This was the one for the New Year 12 starts in 12 hours or something like that it was. This is Gold Collection, again by, I think that's Dimensions, Bedfordshire Cottage. And I have a really measly start. I don't even know which is the top. So I think, where's the house? I think that is the top of the roof there. That's it. That's my little cottage. That's all I've got done. Yeah, measly start. So that probably needs to be put on a WIP go ball or something so it gets some love. So these are all the older WIPs in this basket that I really haven't stitched for a long time. So this is a Lanart. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm probably doing it wrong. This I bought for a house. I think it was 2004 house we moved into. We built and moved into. And there's another one like similar that goes with this, similar to this, goes with this. And they're going to be done and framed behind my bed. Yeah. Okay, so that's Lanart Floral Blush Profile. Okay, so probably not, modern at any stretch of the imagination. And this is a really stiff fabric, and that is what I've done, and I really don't know if that's the top or the bottom. I don't know if that's the right way around even, but that's my measly start. Yeah, not much to see there. Alright, and next is the sister one of that. This is Floral Blush Frontal View. So I love flowers, and my bedroom was all those burgundy colours, so it would have been perfect had I have got them finished or even started. I didn't start them till this year or last year, whenever that New Year's thing was. Oh dear. Alright, and there's my measly little start. I couldn't even tell you which way that goes. If that's the right way or the wrong way, you really can't tell. It's not enough to know. There you go. We've got about 6 more to go, I think. So, let me just pop that in there. Rose Alphabet. This is a DMC kit. Okay, beautiful. I love this. Absolutely stunning. Love it, love it, love it. So I have, and because I love it, I have worked on it a little bit. And this is my progress. Really pretty, stunning. So that is Rose Alphabet by DMC. Okay, next is, this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. You've probably all seen this. There's so many boxes of skein in here. Loss. I was late onto the bandwagon with this. I didn't realise that it was available for free. It was only after I saw, I think it was probably Jan Hicks talking about it or showing it or something. I went and bought it and it was no longer free, but I still think it's worth the money because it's beautiful. Long Dog Samplers, Pandemic. I think in another video I talk about, it might have been, I had to re-record this one because I had an issue. So I don't know if I'd talked about it before or it was in my recording that I had to dump. Anyway, when I first looked at things like this, I went, that is ugly. It's a pack of poo ticket. You know that old saying? I probably should have said that. It's a jumble, and I really didn't like things like that. And then I saw people stitching it up in different colours and different things, and I went, that is really nice. I really, really like it. I must have it. And now I love this sort of stuff. So, strange, isn't it, how your tastes change? So, can't get that back in there neatly. Right, yeah, again, this is done on 25 count 2/2, so the piece is absolutely humongous. And I have started from the bottom left corner. Look at this fabric. Look at this. It's like a bed sheet. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to roughly fold it so that you can see what I've done. Whoops, wait, too far. Oh, it's impossible. Wait a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we go. Alright, there. Got it. So there you go. There's my progress. So that's the bottom left corner. So that is... I'm just doing it all in black. Love it. Loving it. Absolutely love working on this. I need to pull it out again. I haven't worked on it for quite some time. So that is Pandemic. It's going to be massive. It's never going to get framed. You would have to rob a bank to be able to afford to frame it. It's so big. But I'm a bit of a journey stitcher, so it's not about the finished product. I do love the finished product, but I'm more of, I just love stitching. Okay, so this one is Temperature Tree by the Stitcher Mummy. She's on Etsy. She also has a Flosstube, and you've probably seen this a million times, but if you haven't, there you go, Temperature Tree. And I have fallen behind on this. Surprise, surprise. I've fallen behind on this. I don't even have all the temperatures written down on my diary. I stopped doing that as well. Oh. Anyway, these are going to be this year's temperatures in Brisbane, Australia. And that's how far I've got. So that was our summer. There. Start of the year. That's probably about January and February. And start of March. So I actually don't know if it was this year or last year now. I don't know. I have to go and find all my temperatures. So that's that one. I had great plans, like we all do when you start something new like that. I'll keep up with it. I won't fall behind. Yeah, no. This is another Lynart. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I don't even know what the name of this is. So if you know what the name of this is, I don't know. I have never been able to find a name anywhere on the chart. It's got a number, 34510, but there's no name anywhere. So that's Yellow Pot. This was purchased 1999, 2001, somewhere around there. When I got married and we moved into our house, our first house, and our bedroom was blue and yellow, and I saw this and went, that'd be perfect on the wall of our bedroom. It's now 2022. We've been married for nearly 22 years, and we got married in 99, and that's all I've done. Yeah. And then when we moved into our house we built in 2004, I thought, well, I'm just going to make that room blue and yellow so I can put it in that room. No. We have moved now to Brisbane from Sydney in 2017, and I don't have a spare room anymore. Well, I do. It's called my office, which I'm sitting in right now. So I don't know where that's going to go if ever it gets finished. Oh dear. Okay, and then another one that was the 12 by 12. I don't know if I started it. Let me check. That 12 by 12 start on a New Year's Eve. Oh yeah, I have started, but my needle, what is that? I've got a needle in there. Are you ready? You're going to be excited about how massive a start this is. This is an old kit that was for our first house when I got married in 97. We had a massive games room underneath, or a massive, it was like a granny flat underneath. And we were going to use the lounge room bit down there as a games room. It never did happen. But hubby likes golf. So I saw this out. I used to go to a craft fair. It used to be held at Rosehill Racecourse, if anyone in Sydney is familiar with that and remembers that craft show. And I bought this as a kit because he liked golf. So it's got both of them in it, female and male. And this is my little start. And this is on 8 o'clock because it's in a kit, and that's my start. I don't even know what that is. I assume that's the right way up because the needle's at the top, but I don't know. I've got no idea. So, who knows? But that is that one. Bear with me while I try and get this sheet back in there. It's not even in a project bag. Oh, gosh. Then, another one, I think, that was for the 12 by 12 on New Year's Eve start. Oh, this one's got even less, I think. Is this one. I bought this on a D-Stash site. Design Works by Joan Elliott. If you sprinkle, this is a fun one. And you can't read that as back to front. So if you're not familiar with this is a very 80s style, isn't it? If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seatie. So hopefully that'll go on our toilet, our bathroom, and where is it? Here it is. And again, this is a 12 by 12. Are you ready for this amazing start? I've done so much. There you go. There's her sleeve. And I know that's the right way up because there's my needle at the top. Yeah. That's exciting, isn't it? It is very pretty. It's very dated now, I think. What's it? Is there a date on this? It's copyright Joan Elliott, but I don't see a date. I don't know. But it's not recent, I don't think. But who cares? I don't care if things are in fashion or whatever. It's like, if I like it, I'm going to stitch it. This is another one from that midnight New Year's Eve start. And this is a fabric box. Again, I got this off a D-Stash site, and I didn't buy it because of the box you can make. I bought it because I want to make it into a decoration. So, how old's that? That's old. Looking for a date. Exceed, I don't know what that is. What's C? I don't know. MCMXC11. What's a C? 50? No, that can't be right. 70? 62? I don't know. I don't know, but it's got like, maybe that's 82. I don't know, but there you go. But I'm not making the box. I wanted it just for that, to make a decoration, because I had great plans of having a special tree as you come in the front door with just all hand stitched ornaments on it, and that's how far I got. That's not bad for a 1 hour stitch, I guess, on New Year's Eve. So that is where I got with that. Yeah, so that's why I also joined that ornament stitch. I meant to do one a month. Yeah, so that tree, I don't know when that Christmas tree is going to happen. So many not in project bags. You think I could make some project bags for myself? This is for a magazine monthly cross stitch challenge, and the theme was birds, I think, or something like that. So I chose this pretty peacock. That's a notebook cover, but I'm just going to do it for the stitch. I don't want to make it into a notebook or anything. And I also did this in honour of Peacock, our neighbourhood peacock that wanders around. I don't know where he's got to. I haven't seen him in a while. And that is where I'm up to. Now, he's going to be pretty when he's done. Okay, I've just hit the 1 hour mark. My goodness. I promise the videos after this will not be this long. This is just like a WIP haul, WIP parade, whatever they call it. That I haven't started. They're ornaments. This is another one from the magazine. No, not the magazine. The New Year's Eve 12 in 12 hours or something. Alright, so this is the last one. This is a kit, Semco kit from the 80s, I reckon. Semco apparently is an Australian brand and it has no date on it. But I love flowers and I thought that is really pretty. I'm not going to make it into a pillow. I'm just going to do it as a stitch. So this is my pitiful start I made in 1 hour. Oh, massive. It's going to be a massive pillow. My goodness. What size is that fabric? Alright, so that is my start. And again, I know that's the top because there's a needle up here. Oh, needle up there. So that is the start. No, hang on, that's the back. Is that the back? No, it is too. And I even have my glasses on. On a roll. Okay, so here we go. There you go. That actually crosses. I just thought it. There we go. That's my measly little start. I was going to say something else then, but now I'll probably have my video taken down if I swear. Goodness me. So there you go. There's all my WIPs, and hopefully now I'll be able to come back regularly with videos. I'm not going to promise every week. I don't know. That seems a bit much. Maybe every fortnight. We'll see. Depends how much stitching I get done, really. And that's it. There's all my WIPs. So thank you so much for watching. I got through it all. Amazing. If I've mentioned something and I haven't linked it below, like I said I was going to, please remind me in the comments and I will pop the link in. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all soon. And again, I mean soon. You know what I mean. And happy stitching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.